noticed a little rotation going on at center with Jackson Johnson and Jordan Meredith. Hey, what has Jordan Meredith shown you guys since you guys have been here, and what's how do you feel that job is shaping up?
First off, it just goes right to the heart of everything. It's always competing, and these guys are battling for their playing time, and they're battling. It's a good battle. You asked about Jordan specifically. He's done well. He played really efficiently last year. His numbers and his consistency really showed up, even though he didn't seem right as a regular all the time. So, he just opened our eyes in the offseason studies, and so we're just giving him a shot. JPJ's working his tail off, and both those guys are battling, so it just makes us better. And they're not the only two. There's battles across the board. That's one that, jumps out at you.
Sticking with those battles, could you please talk about Sincere and Zamir and their battling?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the running back group. It's the variety of the styles of the guys. I love that we have different kind of makeups of guys. Zamir kind of stands alone. He's biggest, strongest of the group, and he really runs tough. It's all over the film from his past. He's attacking downhill, and I love that he brings that to us. Sincere, who didn't get a lot of playtime last year, did really well when he did, and he's shown he's got a real knack, got really, really good quick feet that are real natural to the position, and he makes guys miss, and so right now it's just keep giving them the ball, and we'll just keep logging plays and reps, and we'll figure it out. But we're real happy with the spot. I also, just to say something about Ashton, he's had a couple great days now. He's done a little bit of everything. Ran tough, caught the ball well, looked elusive and fast and explosive. So it just makes the position group really exciting. And we don't have Raheem here; they're having a baby right now, and so we're giving them all that freedom to do that well. And but he's been in it too, so it's a good group.
On the other side of the ball, you talk really about what you see, the energy from Jonah Laulu, and just him trying, not even trying, he's fitting right in.
Yeah, I've said this a couple times to you guys that Jonah had really flashed last year when he played, and didn't play consistently, didn't get in all the time, didn't log a ton of plays, but he shows all of the traits. He's really long, plays really aggressive, he's really good technique-wise, he's a little bit quicker than you might think for a big guy, and he uses it well. His resolve about coming from the off-season all the way through to camp is really clear. He's really on it. He's playing day after day after day. He's doing things right, he's playing really hard, and he's really tuned in, he's playing tough. So he's making a great pitch for you, and he needs to be out there a lot. So good.
Pete, talking about the DBs, JT Woods and Cameron Richardson seem to be ascending in a lot of ways. What about those two players?
Okay, they're ascending. Yeah, well, JT came to us late, so we're just getting started with him. DCam he's been doing a really nice job. He's had some really competitive plays. He's won some one-on-ones just in the first couple days of pads here, and I've got high hopes for JT. He looks just right. He's really fast. He's really coordinated. Can catch the ball well and all of that. He listens and he's comfortable with what we're asking him, the style of play. He's suitable. He looks pretty typical, I would guess, for us, for our kinds of guys. So he's going to get a heck of a chance to see what he can do and how he can contribute. So it's good positives to start with.
Pete, you're talking about competition.
Good.
Pete, we saw Devin with the interception today. Can you talk a little bit about your confidence in the group of linebackers that you have?
Yeah, this is a good group for us now. We have totally changed this position group, from what you've seen in the past, and these guys all bring background and experience and toughness and a hard-nosed attitude, physicality to them. It's pretty exciting, and to see the effect they're having on the younger guys and kind of shifting their intensity and how they're playing coming downhill. Johnny Glenn's got some decisions coming up here. It's going to be a really competitive group throughout, and we can play 6 guys right now. They can all play, and they can get in there. So that's a good problem. It's a tough problem to deal with, but we'll figure it out. We haven't talked maybe a lot about Pratt and Drain, but he brings a real toughness, and he has had a really diverse background and playing different spots and all. Very comfortable moving them around, and we're seeing that also out of Devin. That's a great play he made today now. But he had probably 2 or 3 of the best plays on practice yesterday as well. He's back. He was on top of the world a few years ago, and then things kind of just didn't work out one reason or another. And he's back in action now. And he came up to me and said, "I'm all in now." And he dead serious in how he said it, you know, and you can see it, and, so with E-Rob kind of leading the charge, it's a really fun group.
Alex Bachman's a kid that just keeps making plays, just keeps showing up. Would you talk about him, please?
Yeah, I don't, I'm not ignoring that. He has been doing it throughout the offseason, and he's come to camp with the playmaking. It's just happening, you know, he's got the right spots. He's got really good quickness, he's fast, he's a fast kid. He's got a lot of experience in his background, he just hasn't played very much. I'm not holding that against him. Man, he's in the midst of all this stuff, and I see it too. I see him, he's making plays every day, and we can count on him. So it's a great sign. He's doing well in special teams too.
As you try to
mentioned
build a culture of this organization, this team on a daily basis, what are you seeing in the process, and what little things do you try to do each day to get to where you want it to be?
There's so much, really. There's so much that we're doing from a day-to-day basis, going back to, you know, the messages that we started with, and setting the expectations and the guidelines for how this is supposed to feel. And when it is the feel part of what culture is really about, when you sense where you're supposed to be, how it's supposed to go, how we respond, what's expected, and when the players embrace that and they add their own little thises and that's to it. Now we're moving in a good direction now. I can feel it. This is how it's supposed to feel according to what I've experienced, and maybe even with stronger leadership early on. You know, and the direction of this team, it's unknown right now. We don't know. I couldn't tell you anything what's going to happen, but I do know they're going to be together, and I do know they're going to play for one another, and they're going to feel that connection that is so important to the culture and the effect of the culture on the performance. And it's about how we play, but it's the mentality that drives them to study and to work and to give it up for one another and to make the plays toughness wise because they have to, because we're counting on it, you know. And that's all about this whole thing. So I mean, there's so many aspects to it. It's ongoing, moment to moment, you know, situation to situation, and I'm just trying to be right in the middle of all of it and keep giving them a format that they can embrace and they can take to where we're capable of going.
You had mentioned the curiosity level of when you get the pads on, seeing how guys respond. I thought Jack Best yesterday
Yeah.
really responded, but also Dante Thornton when the pads came on and his
Yeah,
fits together.
it's a good acknowledgement, really, because Jack really played well yesterday. And you know, sometimes coaches have been saying that, you guys hear it, you know, gotta wait to put the pads on and see what he looks like. Well, Jack looked really good yesterday. He blocked well. He caught the ball in traffic. He made some tough catches. He was hustling like crazy, you know, and he showed up. He was all over the place, you know, so I think it was obvious. He's one of those guys. You know, he's got the feel. He's got the sense. He can play the game, and that was really good to see. Dante continues to do stuff. He's making plays. He got deep yesterday. You guys saw that one. A huge play by Gino to find him laid down down the corner. And he came to make the catch. He's made tough catches over the middle. He's caught the slant routes where he's getting banged around and all that. And he's comfortable with it. I just stopped him after practice just to look him in the eye and just try to get a feeling. You know, is it seeming too big for him? You know, he's right in it. And so I'm really excited about his chance to help us.
As much as you love competition, everyone knows about Bowers and Mayer, but man, Kadir and Runyon and Thomas, your tight end room is really deep. Would you talk about that group, please?
Yeah, we shouldn't overlook Ian now. Ian is a good football player. He's been a starter a lot of places, and he's played really good ball, and he's in great shape. He's fast. He's tough. He's got the experience that shows up. He makes good decisions at the right time. It's a really good group, and the young guys they're flashing. You know, they're flashing. So it's a very strong spot for us.
Since the start of training camp, you said a lot of really good things about Max and even Jonah just now and Tyree. When you look at that defensive line holistically, you know, what are some traits that really just impresses you about the whole group?
Well, we're athletic. We're a lot of quickness in that group. We're not necessarily the biggest group, but across the board, everybody moves really well, and so we're going to play to that. You know, and it's interesting. We're just trying to draw out the special qualities that each guy has to see whether we're going to fit and how we can use them and how we can tweak them a little bit here. So that's a real competitive group, and that's going to take us all camp. It's going to take us through the games and all of that to figure that out. There's no rush, but it's a good spot because there's enough guys that have something to show you, and so we just got to give them the right opportunities and see if we can drop the best in them.
Where does Coons fit into that?
Well, we're counting on Malcolm, to be a big factor. He's really athletic and he's a really natural player. He's got good instincts and all that. We're counting on him to be an edge rusher for us, and he's vying to play on the other side for Max. And we came here thinking that he would be the other side guy because he had the best chance. But missing all last year, he's got to get back on track, which he's done a great job of. Today on the turf, first time, he didn't get as many plays. I just want to make sure we get him through this first day out there, and expect a lot out of him. So the group is going to be really competitive again. It'll take its shape. Tyree is really important, where he fits in. He's got marvelous talent and all. We got to get the most out and the best out of him. So we'll see what happens.
We'll go
Pete,
Willie,
you mentioned
Harry.
with the pads.
Go ahead, Heidi.
Okay.
We'll go
Willie.
Willie, Harry, and Hondo.
You mentioned with the pads coming on how much Jack Fish stood out. I'm wondering when you looked at the team as a whole, was there anybody else that particularly looked different once they had the pads on and played to a different level?
Devin White really jumped. He jumped out both these 2 days. Yeah, he's a ball player. And some guys are, and Jamal too. They're just football players that really understand the game. They've got a way about them, and you give them a chance. Greedy Vance, he did a nice job too. And he's a young kid coming out of nowhere, not USC nowhere, but just being a free agent and all that. Little guy, he played like crazy yesterday and again today. So yeah, it's happening. It's happening in different places. Yeah.
Pete, when you've seen a lot of quarterback running back combinations obviously in your career, and when you have a veteran like Geno and a running back like Ashton, a lot of times the veteran they have to carry that load, but Ashton comes with such confidence. How can his presence and the way that he runs and his confidence in the backfield help Geno this year?
Yeah, he had a marvelous day today. I don't know if you guys saw the play when E-Rob just smacked him in the backfield, knocked him on his tail, and he bounced right back up. Didn't even phase him. A perfect reaction and response. And then the next carry, he busted, and the two of them, what Geno realizes already that he's a really natural football player. I'm talking about Ashton now. He's a really natural football player, and he knows he can count on him to make good decisions when he gives him chances. The ball's going to go to him in the passing game. He's going to get some balls, and he's just so natural. He's like Brock is so natural at playing the game. You can sense that very quickly with guys. I know Geno already sees that in Ashton. And so you ask how he's going to help him. Well, he help him by making some yards. Let's make a bunch of yards when we throw it to him, when we run with him. And so that takes the pressure off the quarterback and having to drop back and sit in the pocket and try to move the ball that way. We're going to move the ball around in a numbers of ways with what Chip's doing.
Coach, last week during Big Ten Media Days, Lincoln Riley started his press conference advocating for you to be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. How important would that be for you, and how does it feel getting that kind of support from Coach Lincoln?
Well, somebody told me that Lincoln, that's a really nice gesture by him to say something about that, I guess. But I think you got to be in college football for 10 years. I don't think I'm qualified in that regard. But that's a nice thought. What do I think about that? Okay.
Pete, this far into camp, can you tell us something that you're actually pleasantly surprised about? Maybe it's farther along than you thought it would be at this point, sir?
There's two things. It's two guys. It's Chip and Pat. I think those guys are off to a really good start with what we're trying to do here. We're both sides of the ball are creative, and they're getting their message across, and we're able to. That's a lot of stuff we did today on both sides of the football, and so I think those guys have taken their leadership opportunity and the challenge of Patrick's had to adapt to Coach Pete, and they're bugging him all the time, and Chip's office right next to mine. I'm in his office half the time, bugging him too, and so I appreciate that they're putting up with me, but I think they're really showing it. We had two huge plays periods today. They're calling it, and there's no script or nothing. They're calling plays from the sidelines and playing the situations as I keep creating for them, and I told both guys coming off the field today that I love the way they went about it, because they showed our guys, they utilized the people that we wanted to see, the packages were shown, and they're out there battling. And those guys are going home tonight. They're battling each other, So I'm really proud of that where they're leading us right now.
Let's go Vinny, Ryan, Taylor, and Nick.
Real quick on Jordan Meredith. he played guard
Excuse
exclusively.
me, how do you know which ones that you're picking on? I mean, you give him a little, one of these little. Wink or something?
I'll handle this part of it.
Communication.
I forgot, this is real world. Go ahead.
Yeah, on Jordan, he was a guard exclusively since he's been here. I think he took some center snaps in practice, but what about him gave you guys the inclination that
Yeah.
that might be a good
question. He's a
position?
really good communicator. He's a little bit smaller guy, and the position kind of is more adaptable for him. He doesn't line up on the big three techniques and all the time. He can do it. He did it last year. But his power that he generates, and then the quickness and the smarts of that combination is what really gives him a chance to compete for this thing.
Pete,
Yeah.
there was a report that came out yesterday regarding Christian Wilkins and an interaction with a teammate that led to a complaint filed to HR. I was wondering, would you like to comment on that situation?
Yeah, really, I don't. I have no comment to make. We made a decision on what we're doing, and we're moving with it, and we'll see how that all avails itself in time. Oh, that was really good, wasn't it? We got somebody else.
Obviously, you've been preaching the compete culture since day one, but you really practice what you preach. We see you out there playing catch, you're getting in on tackles. Where does that joy come from in you, and how good does it feel just to be back out there, having, seeing the guys with the pads on after taking last year off?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know, I've always loved playing. And it didn't matter. When I was growing up, I was playing everything: baseball, basketball, football, whatever it was. I was playing. Played 3 sports in high school. Wanted to play 2 in college. It's just playing. To me, practice is playing catch. You see me throwing the ball all the time because I love throwing the ball around. I don't know. It ain't no big deal because it just comes natural. But I love what we're doing, and I love being a part of it. And so far, it's just been everything you could hope for as a coach. The guys are responding. We're practicing really well. We've got dreams that we're sharing and visions that we're sharing for what's coming up. And to see guys ascend into the expectations that we have for them, and then also the whole group coming together and the culture of that. That's a really it's an exciting challenge to be part of. I feel very fortunate to be doing it, and whether last year was last year. It happened to be a really profitable year, and I'm doing all kinds of little things that I liked, that I saw, I wanted to try, and think we're growing because of that. But it's just been a blast, and so if I was wearing a number, I'd probably have to wear 70, whatever I am, and on my back. But I don't feel like nothing different than I was when I was coaching at UOP. So I'm just feeling grateful to be here.
All right, last one, Nick.
Yeah, we've seen flashes from Aiden O'Connell over the last couple of years. How do you think Geno Smith has been helping Aiden take that next step?
Well, Geno's a great image for him. They're both similar. They're pocket guys that can really stand tall and stand up against the rush. They're both really smart. They both have big arm. They can throw the ball over the field. Aiden has done really well. We're really pleased with what he's doing, and he's challenging Geno every day with numbers and trying to outdo him, and that's exactly what we hope for. That's what competing's all about. But I don't have any problem with Aiden playing for us. And he's in the game. It was just the way I felt about Geno over all those years when he didn't get to. This is in a good spot right now, and I can't wait for the games. He'll get a lot of play time in preseason, and he's going to do really well.
Great, thank you, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks.